Hey guys, the dude from Denmark here. Welcome to episode 5 of Born of the Gods, a new expansion that's about to come out from Magic the Gathering. New spoilers have been revealed today, so let's check them out. The card I want to show today is called Champion of Stray Souls, which is a black skeleton warrior creature that costs you 6 mana to cast. It's a 4/4 and you can pay 5 mana and tap it to sacrifice X other creatures. Return X target creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. You can also pay 7 mana to put Champion of Stray Souls on top of your library from your graveyard. Oh, this is such a nice creature. I think there are a lot of ways to play with this card and interact with other cards and so on. It costs you quite a lot to both cast it and do both of these things, but I definitely think it's worth it, especially for the first ability. If you have some creatures lying on the battlefield that you wouldn't really miss for other cards that would be in your graveyard, that you can just put onto the battlefield instead. So I definitely think that this could go well in a lot of different decks. So definitely an awesome card. Everest Enlightenment is a blue and white hour enchantment that costs you 3 mana to cast. Enchant creature. When Everest Enlightenment enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on enchant creature. Enchanted creature has flying. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may return Everest Enlightenment to its owner's hand. I'm not sure what the point of this enchantment hour is. It seems like it would fit better if it was an equipment, especially with the last sentence where you return it when you can return it when a creature enters the battlefield under your control. Because it seems like then you would cast it again to enchant another creature you control. Of course, you can use this to put a 1/1 counter on in every round, for instance, but I still think it would fit better for an equipment. There is a black and red Minotaur Shaman creature that costs you 3 mana to cast. It's a 2/3 and Minotaur spells you cast cost 1 black and 1 red mana less to cast. This effect reduces only the amount of colored mana you pay. For instance, if you cast a Minotaur spell with mana cost 3, it costs 2 less to cast. This creature makes Morgue, the god we saw yesterday, even better, because now Morgue will only cost you like 2 mana instead of 4 mana. So that's really awesome. In general, for a Minotaur deck, this is much needed, I think. Drown in Sorrow is a black sorcery spell that costs you 3 mana to cast. All creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn, scry 1. Reaver is a blue human wizard creature that costs you 2 mana to cast. It's a 2/1 and got the heroic mechanic, where whenever you cast a spell that targets Mind Reaver, exile the top 3 cards of target player's library. You can pay 2 blue mana to sacrifice Mind Reaver. Counter target spell with the same name as card exiled with Mind Reaver. I like this creature, but it seems to be that this creature will cause a lot of memory issues, since you exile the top 3 cards of target's player library. If it's a long game, you maybe won't remember these 3 exiled cards, which means that you won't be able to counter them because you don't remember it. So I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I would at least have some memory issues with this. But all in all, I think it's a nice creature. So today we didn't get a guard card, which I really had hoped for that we would get. Instead we got these 5 cycle cards, 1 for each color, that have the same layout but do something different from each color. And I'm really annoyed over that we must have these mandatory cycle cards every set, because I think they are really boring, and I would much rather have a cycle that have the same layout but are more unique to each other instead of just remind so much of each other. So I'm not really going to talk a lot about these cards, but you are more than welcome to discuss them, because I'm sure they will see play. I just don't really like these kind of cards. That's the cards I wanted to show today. You can leave me a comment down below and tell me what you think of the cards we have seen so far in the blog in general. Whenever there are new cards coming out for Born of the Gods, I'll be making a new video. So if you wanted to stay up to date with this, you can subscribe to me. Until next time, have fun guys.